Oh, I forgot to set up my camera. Look at that. Oh, do we got it? Did we get it? All right. I think we're good. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. So big news. I did upgrade my internet service and I got a new DOCSIS 3.1 cable modem. And I'm getting much better upload speeds now. I was getting like, 15 megabits per second before. Now I'm getting 115 pretty consistently. Although the speeds to the YouTube ingest servers are very inconsistent. 82.2 should be great, but it seems like my actual dropped frames and bit rates are a little more fickle. If I go up above 6 right now, I am 6 megabits per second. I start getting dropped frames, so I don't know what's going on here. I was test streaming earlier in the week at 24 megabits per second, which is a full 1440p 60 frames per second, and it looked glorious. But then as soon as the weekend rolled over, I guess the traffic kicked up for people trying to stream, and that kicked back down. Yeah, it's pretty good, Boone. It actually is cheaper than it was too. I think they're just trying to get everybody moved off of old equipment and onto the new stuff. So saved money, get a lot better upload, a lot better download too. I'm getting a gigabit. This is actually split up between probably a dozen different devices that I have plugged into my wireless router right now. So a download speed is not indicative of what I'm getting to my house. That's actually a gigabit. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I just wish I could get this YouTube stuff figured out because I can't seem to go over 6 megabits, and that's not enough for a really good picture. At least not good enough for me. So I'll continue working on it. But for right now, the dropped frames seem very stable, very, very stable. So that's good. Shouldn't see as much buffering, as much quality loss as we've had before. So at least there's that. There's improvement, right? Other big news. I have a Discord server. So I'm going to send out an invite to everybody in the chat right now. And I'm actually going to put that in the description too, so we can point people there. Let's go ahead and throw the invite. I got it right here. Almost there. No. I'm in streamer mode right now. Let me get out of streamer mode. Disable. Boom. Let's just not show the Discord window. There it is. Okay. There we go. I've been working on this for a week or two. Your boy Nobody was here, really pushing me to get this set up. Yeah, so he had a temporary one set up for us that we shared in the chat last week, I think. This is the permanent one. This is the one that is run by me, and it has it's organized, maybe overly organized, the way that I wanted it to. It's still a work in progress. I gotta figure out the moderation stuff, and there's more stuff that I can do with bots. It's just it's gonna be a work in progress for a little bit. But that's okay. So if you feel like it, you want to talk about this content and maybe some of other content in the channel, you can share your screenshots, you can share your stories, you can suggest mods, talk about builds, make suggestions for builds there. It's all there. Just be nice. Don't make me come over there, Yours is what I would consider normal. Yeah, okay. That's good. I feel like a lot of people are kind of anal retentive about some of this stuff, and they try to have something that makes sense from the top down. A welcomer? Yeah, welcomer. I've got a really good connection, but it's a Deco mesh network and has one Ethernet out port, and it just went out, so I'm stuck with Wi-Fi, which is far less than top speed. Yes. Yeah, Wi-Fi, it could be good if you got a good router, but it's never going to be as good as something that's actually plugged in, especially in terms of stability and things like ping. Even if you're getting high speeds from it. Not as good for gaming. I believe Magus sent me an invite that I noticed yesterday. Yes, indeed. Magus, I think, sent out an email blast, a marketing email blast for my channel. So I do appreciate it, Magus, the one-man marketing team over there. He's the networker. He's the network guy. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about news. I have one small piece of news here, other than the Discord news, I guess, and the internet news. Is that Skyrim is going to start working on Cassandra again. Cassandra was once called Anoana, which was once the combination alchemy and enchanting overhaul that he was going to do for Futhark, and it since has become just an alchemy overhaul that's going to be generally used for all of his overhauls, and he's calling it Cassandra now. He had to stop working on it for a while because I think he does contract work, and some of his contracts were expiring at the end of the year, so he had to find some new work, and now he's doing the ramp up stuff with the new projects. At least this is what I'm guessing. It sounds like. So he says things are turbulent right now, getting started with some new work, but he does indicate that he's making more money than he used to. He has less time to actually mod, which is a good thing for him. Maybe not such a good thing for us, but that's okay. I'm happy for him. Make that money, and I. All right, that should go over here. What other news? Okay, let's take a look at the community tab over here, huh? So I put up a poll yesterday asking about what is the most important tool in a thief's toolkit, and I put 4 things in here, and some of these are kind of loaded. The mysterious hood, cloak, or mask. Every good thief worth their salt has one of those hoods or cloaks that goes over their head, kind of masks their identity a little bit. I put dagger in here. This was the loaded one because in the Elder Scrolls, thieves aren't really dagger users. That's kind of more reserved for your Nightblades and your assassins, right? But there is a lot of dagger representation for thieves in the Elder Scrolls, even if it's not technically part of the class. So on the Thief Stone and the Guardian Stones, that thief symbol, the thief constellation, he is wielding a dagger and a cloak. Carlia has a dagger prominently displayed on her chest piece of her unique armor. And then most of the thieves in the Thieves Guild have a dagger that they're wielding as their main weapon. The bow and crossbow is the thief weapon of choice for the Elder Scrolls, especially for Oblivion and Skyrim. And it not just as a main damage dealer, the sneak archer memes for sneak archery being OP and the strongest thing in the game, but also for its utility. You can get people to go where you want to go, kind of as the throw voice shout. You can get people to go to a corner of a room by firing an arrow over there and getting them to investigate and then sneaking where they were. So this is more of a technical official part of the thief in Elder Scrolls. And then a silver tongue, this one ran away with it. There's a lot you can do with a high speech skill, or a lot that you can get away with anyway with a high speech skill in Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls. When you're up to no good, you can talk your way out of being arrested. You can bribe guards. You can launder stolen contraband, all that kind of thing. Liquidate it. So this enables a lot. So I was actually kind of surprised to see that this got 63%, that it ran away with it so much. But it does make some sense. I was thinking that the bow and crossbow would be much higher than it was. I was really curious to see whether or not people considered, even though technically and officially the dagger isn't really part of the thief's toolkit in the Elder Scrolls, at least the later variations or the later games. How many people still considered a dagger a necessary part of the thief's toolkit? And not many. It did outpace the bow somehow, which is very surprising. And then actually a surprising amount of people went with the hood, a cloak, or a mask. And I'm actually team hood, cloak, mask, if for nothing else other than aesthetic purposes. But as Arif mentioned here, that if you have sneak tools, and I believe also the gray cowl acts in a similar manner, if not exactly the same. Especially back in Oblivion, it would it would change your identity so that if you got caught doing something bad with the gray cowl and then you removed it, it would like NPCs would treat you like you were a different character altogether. So there is some use to it, but for me, it's all, you got to have that mysterious cloak that, or that hood that is hiding your face, right? That's casting shadows on your identity. So I'm team hood. Let me catch up here. Mine was under organize. Okay, we got that one. Welcomer. I believe Magus sent me an invite. Yep, we got that one. Nice Discord. Yeah, thank you, Boone. Let's see. Yes, Magus kindly invited this one yesterday too. Awesome. I'd say the dagger for Thief is more representative of being a cut purse and not for fighting. Yeah, I would say so. Maybe more of a utility than it is a weapon. Dagger for eating food and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Konohana, welcome. Welcome. Hello to you too, friend. I hope you're having a good start to your weekend so far. I am. Hanging out with friends, playing Skyrim. What more could you want, really? I mean, aside from maybe $1 million. Right? Okay, so let's see. What's next? That was the community tab. Oh yeah, I also did post just a short video. I'm trying to figure out some more low effort videos that I can post on the channel just to get more traffic and keep the channel alive between these large build guides that I have that take me months and months to work on. I did post this Imperial Warrior and Stormcloak Rebellion. I set the battle for Windhelm against some pretty cool heavy metal music here. Got some responses to it, as anything Imperial versus Stormcloak is going to be. It's gonna get people's competitive juices flowing, right? So even Magus here, he's calling his Stormcloaks milk drinkers. How about that? Yeah, they went down like milk drinkers, that's for sure. Wink. Bing. Kidding. I'm kidding. Michael over here, never seen that battle because Skyrim is for the Nords. And then the most badass RPG. Yes, indeed. It is badass. So anyway, I'm going to share this with y'all. It was just a fun romp through Windhelm. Oops, did not mean to do that. Let's do a share. Copy that into chat. Hey, I'm a milk drinker, but I'm an Altmerian Imperial at heart. No, that was Imperials. He meant Imperials. Yeah, well, the video shows something different. Anyway, this was fun to make. I want to do more of these. I also want to try to get my handle on like little story vignettes for each character too. Those are telling a short story in the space of like, you know, maybe a 10-minute vignette or something like that is a big challenge. To try to convey a character in such few words and actions that it fits in a, you know, maybe half a dozen minutes. Is an art unto itself, I think, and it's something that I'm trying to get a handle on. I would like to do more of that, kind of like the agent that I did. Let's see, the agent little vignette that I did. Curious Ordinator. Precision and Agent Bounty in Skyrim. This guy right here was really cool. This is one of my favorite videos that I did that wasn't like a full build guide. And this kind of conveys what this character is all about in, you know, a less than 3-minute video. And it shows off some of his cool tricks that he uses with illusion and sneak and archery and all that, and even pickpocket. Agent is a really cool class, by the way. I kind of want to revisit it at some point, but yeah, one of my favorite videos right there. And I want to try to do more of this stuff, but it's kind of hard within just when you're playing a character to try to identify these moments where you can put forward the character of a character, for lack of a better term, with just some gameplay and maybe some selective voice lines here and there. One thing I don't like about Zims and Reliquary is that Nightingale armor doesn't buff thief skills. The bonuses are more for an assassin than thieves. Yes. So the reason I think they did that is they wanted to, and I think the Blackguard armor is kind of the same way. It's more about the actual infiltration than it is about the thieving skills. But the thieves, the Thieves Guild armor itself, and the thieves like leader armor, the black variant of it that has the boosted enchantments, it does a really good job of it. So it's like you, with the Thieves Guild armor itself, you have your thief skills, and then with your Nightingale and your Blackguard stuff, you have the more infiltration combat oriented stuff. And I think it makes a good mix, and then you can choose your armor based on what job you're doing, right? Blackguard is better than Guildmaster. The Blackguard armor, let's see what that is. Because I thought that was more for infiltration than it was actual thieving. And I don't know what it does with Zims or Reliquary if they overhaul this at all. Enchantment functionally serves as an upgrade to the base of the yeah, okay. A bonus equal to that of the Guildmaster, but with 5 points less of protection without having to complete the guild quest line to obtain it. This is kind of annoying that it doesn't give you all of the enchantments here. Yeah, I'm not sure what Reliquary and Zims do to it, but okay, so this isn't actually infiltration. This does almost as good as Guildmasters, maybe better according to Magus. But you don't have to do the entire Thieves Guild quest to get it. Zims and Reliquary don't affect Blackguard armor. Okay. Awesome Artifacts is better. Touches way more items. Okay, I'll have to look into that one. I am going to write that down, actually, make some notes. Awesome Artifacts. Let's take a look at that. Let's write that down here. Still a lot of builds to be done off of Zims, and then I do want to do Reliquary because that one's popular at some point, but yeah, at some point I'll start doing builds based off of specific items, specific unique gear and stuff in the game. But I'm several builds away from that at the moment. Blackguard is the best any thief can get. Nice. Linways is for combat. Okay. Kind of looks the same though, yeah. It's the lighter color. You get it on, yeah, you do. You have to do a quest for Glover Mallory there, and then once you complete that, then he gives you the key to his basement, and then you can just take it from there. You don't have to do the whole Thieves Guild quest, but it is quest locked. You might actually, if you can, is it just a master lock his basement, or can you, or does it require the key that he gives you? Brian Zirk, very good mod. Zims are awesome Artifacts is very good. Awesome Artifacts, okay. Blackguard is the best anything. Key locked. Okay, so you can't pick it. All right. Well, that's interesting. Of course, with our Pure Thief, our Argonian, we're going to get both sets, all sets for sure, and then we can do a little bit of a compare and contrast with them when we get there. She's still got a ways to go though. Not as much as you would think. All right, so that's it for the news and kind of the community there. Let's move on to mod showcase here. And there was really only one this week that caught my eye. And I posted this in my Discord, but this one was pretty cool. This one gives you a GUI user interface that replaces add item inventory or add item menu. The little power that, pop up, and then you can do a little search in game for this stuff. This acts like the ENB overlay, or the quick armor replacer, or the EID immersive equipment display, heads up display. So it gives you a much easier way of searching through all your mods and everything to get the items that you want. And this one also gives you the option to place it on the ground. So instead of putting it in your inventory, you can put it somewhere and not up your butt around the corner, if that's what you were thinking, you dirty bastards, but like on the floor in the game. And it also has some things, some other utilities that aren't, well, actually you can equip NPCs with this stuff too, which is cool. Place selected NPC. Well, actually, no, I think this will actually put an NPC in the world space next to you. So objects, NPCs, adding items, you can teleport yourself, so kind of like an easy COC, it looks like. Yeah, very cool, very cool. I will be putting that into a future profile shortly. I just got to get through my testing of Vigilant with the Cleric and the new Beyond Reach to make sure all my patches and everything work for that in that profile. And then I can cut over to a new one and add a bunch of this other stuff here that I've been wanting. EID display. Doesn't the D stand for display though? So immersive equipment display. Let's see. You can get it so early too. Just need to talk to several guild members and get the bone mold formula for Glover level 1 attainable. Indeed. Yeah. So great set. That's the Blackguard set. If you're doing like a hardcore playthrough or something. No, the display is from IED. Okay, I gotcha. Yes. Yeah, and then like I said, the quick armor rebalancer too, also that I showcased a few weeks ago, has the same display here too. Very cool stuff. And I can confirm that this does work for controller players too. When you bring up the display here, with it's either a power or it's going to be a console command line that you type in to get the thing to pop up, or even a hotkey like ENB does it. You get control of your mouse, then you can manipulate stuff. So if you even use a controller, it still works just fine, no problem. Still too many bugs with it? Interesting. With the Modex one here, or the display itself? Because I haven't had any problems with QAR. I've used that a little bit. Modex, okay. So maybe wait on this one. Maybe it works for most people. Let's see. Looks like he has fixed a few of them. Okay, so like hotkey, he doesn't want to fix that one. Long item description crash. This is a big one. So if you have a long item description, is it going to crash Modex, or is it going to crash the whole game? Crashes the game. Yeah, okay. So this is a big one. Probably wait for this to get fixed. He is looking at it, so that's promising, and he has fixed a few of these other ones. So promising. Use with caution though. Save early, save often. Came CTD. That sounds personal, Magus. TMI. All right. What's next here? Oh yeah, I did want to spotlight. He doesn't really pop into chat much. He's mostly doing his own thing, but he is a small channel here, knocking on the door of 1,000 subscribers. I've been watching some of his new stuff, and it's pretty good. He does a playthrough in Skyrim, but then he machinimas it, I guess. So he tells his own story. He's got everybody voice acted completely with custom lines and everything, and he tells his story through these custom AI generated lines. Very cool stuff. He tells a really good story. It's his character development is a really good slow burn. You know, everybody who's into character development might find this this series of his where he's got an Imperial character, Centauros, you know, banding together with Stormcloaks and people from all over Tamriel, or, you know, the province of Skyrim specifically, to take on these greater evils. And I've been enjoying it. So Centauros, there you go. Take a look. He's a huge Arcane fan too, and he made Vi in Skyrim, and it actually looks like it came out pretty good. With the Dwemer Tech gauntlets and then the light armor for the rest of it. Yeah, looks like a pretty good buy there. Yeah, so go ahead and check that out. He needs more subscribers anyway, and he's got good content, so win-win for everybody involved. How about that? Let's see. Do you know if the speed bonuses from classic classes remain in beast form? That's a good question. That would be kind of hard to tell, too. You know, I don't know. Unless it's specific to gear, I would say, or race, I would say it probably does. Usually there's got to be something specific restricting it from beast class. So if it's race specific that you're getting your bonus from, or gear specific that you're getting your bonus from, then it won't apply, but usually everything else does. Oh, it does. You've tested this, Arif. Cool. Yeah, so it looks like Arif has confirmed what I suspected. Put it in the Discord. There you go. Silent Echo, welcome, buddy. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. You at home, or you in some exotic North American location? Monkey Angst, howdy, first time viewer. Glad to catch a stream. Awesome. I like the username, Monkey Angst. I feel Monkey Angst a lot. Usually when I was younger and I could actually do the whole mad monkey, you know, waving your arms above and chasing somebody down like that. You know, trying to get him into a chimpanzee beatdown. But yeah, those days are long past for me. I might throw a shoulder out of my socket or something. No, but welcome. Hoping you're having a good weekend. All right, I think that's it for, you know, the news, community, mods. Login failed. Is Nexus down? I don't need the Nexus login anyway. I'm fine. I'll figure that out later. I don't think Nexus is down because I was just on there. I just put the Modex stuff in chat. So it's been a while since we've played The Thief. I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into it, honestly. We've done some Cleric stuff more over the past few weeks. I think there was some warrior stuff that I wanted to do too, because I wanted to get started on the Civil War quest line. So yeah, The Thief we haven't touched for a while. I think where we left off with this is we returned to Enthier with Gallus's journal, and they are sending us to Markarth. So we're a good ways into the Thieves Guild quest line, but we still have some busy work left to do. I'll check my quest log too. I'm not sure if we have any actual thief jobs to do. Might just be the quest line stuff. Oh yeah, we did some mage stuff too. Yeah, so it has been a few weeks since we've touched the thief here. I tried to stack Way of the Monk with Ordinator and it came out rather... Oh yeah, I bet. Anything you stack on top of Ordinator in terms of unarmed is going to be crazy powerful. I did, I think it was Advanced Unarmed Combat or Advanced Unarmed Warfare. Basically, it just... Oops, I did not mean to take that. I clicked that button on accident. How many health potions do I have left? Okay, I'm still good. And basically what that does is it gives you a block in unarmed, and it also gives you a block bash, which acts kind of like a shield, which acts kind of like a jab, and it causes the stagger and everything. Wow, I'm just mashing buttons here. That was really, really fun, and it was really good. You have to have some patches for it to work with Ordinator, because unarmed means you don't have any weapons or shields in either hand. But this one technically in the game files puts a shield in your hand even though it's invisible. So you had to have some patching to enable that with Ordinator. But once it was enabled, It was a lot of fun, but it was super duper overpowered. And that was without like stacking bonuses. That was just adding defensive and quick jab mechanics to the game. All right, how are we doing here on inventory? Do I have anything I need to... Iron Axe of Scorching. All right, let's go try to disenchant that over at what's his name's shop. I think he has an enchanting table. Do I have any enchanting supplies or bone meal? I do have a lot of bone meal. I think I do have enchanting supplies. Okay, so I can do that. Let's try to disenchant some stuff before we head to Markarth, and then we'll sell some stuff off over at Birna's. I have dual wield parry, which does the same thing. Yeah, I had dual wield blocking. I have the mod installed. I just have it deactivated because it just messes with balance so much. Dual wielding is such an offensive powerhouse that if you have defense to go along with it, it kind of breaks the game. It just makes everything way too strong. Oh, he does not have an enchanting table. Okay. Well, let's go back into our room then. All right, Zora, you're gonna keep a lookout while I use the enchanting supplies here. Can't place it there? It was too fat. Ancient Nord Sword of Ice. Yes, please. Necklace of Peace. Enemy creatures and people within 12 feet have a chance to refuse to fight. I might actually use that. Ring of Archery. Definitely going to use that as well. Steel Dagger of Arcing. There we go. And then that Iron Axe. I need to refill this too. I wonder if I have any soul gems. Okay. Is this your own mod list? It is, it started off as Nulvis. It's an older version of Nulvis from like 3 or 4 years ago. And then I've heavily customized it since. Yeah, Wave of the Monk is OP. This one dropped because of that. I have dual wield parry, which does the same thing. I wish Ordinator increased unarmed speed. Well, if you're not using just the dual power attack, it can be pretty fast. If you're just doing one-off punches here and there, it can be pretty quick. Maybe not as quick as Dagger's quick or as quick as a bash, but still pretty quick. Let's test that out here, huh? No, I don't want the fishing rod either. So the right hand attack seems much quicker than the left hand attack. Yeah, that's pretty quick. And then of course you have, you know, your power attacks are very slow, but they're slow for everything. The thing with any dual wield build is you got to have a defensive option or a way to get in on your enemy. So a single Foosh shout works really well to get a stagger, and then you can run in and start wailing on your enemy. TK dodge is also, you know, highly recommended for something as a defensive option. And then also the slide tackle can work really well. And if you're playing an unarmed character, that sprint slide is actually highly recommended. That gives you another kind of kung fu move to do, and that can cause a knockdown. It can cause a knockdown or it doesn't. It depends on how you set it. If it can be a little overpowered if you're using it all the time without a cooldown. Yes, essentially it is my own mod list. You won't be able to go get a mod list and then have your game exactly the same as mine. But if you have any questions on what mods I'm running, I'm happy to answer. Mr. Fumblefingers, yes, that's me today. Paras Sangvi, hello, how are you? I am good. How are you, Paras? Or Paras? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. Needs more mods. Yeah, says Irishshot over there. Miss, I have, you know, what? How many mods do you have in your mod list now? Like 1,700, 2,000? What mods are you running? Okay, let's go over my mods one at a time for Boone here. And in the correct order. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. How many mods? All of the mods. Her answer to how many mods are you running is yes. Okay, we're gonna go sell some stuff off. As the poll said, the Silver Tongue is the most useful or the best tool in the Thieves Toolkit. So let's work on that Silver Tongue of ours, huh? Unarmed power attacks should be 3 times faster. Interesting.
I'm telling you,
I think in the vanilla games that makes sense, but for Ordinator, I don't think it needs that much more power. It might be a little overpowered. Let's see. It is sad though that things like elemental fury don't work with empty hands because there's no weapons to enchant there. Everybody saying hello, getting along. I like it. Boone would know all about the Silver Tongue. Yeah, Boone's doing the speech 1 skill only challenge run right now. Very interesting. Very interesting the way he's getting through it. I can recommend. Okay, Bosmercurus. That's much better than the... Well, not much better, but you know what? I'm going to hang on to it just in case. The heavy stuff I don't need. The shield I don't need. Heavy stuff don't need. Shield I don't need. There we go. The jewelry I can sell. Oh, that's going to take me over her. Oh, I should have been wearing the Amulet of Zenithar there too. Down to 11. Anything else I can sell off? We probably don't need the raw goat legs. Nasty. Goat horns, not yet. Later on we will. Small animal bones I don't need either. There we go. It's actually about letting your followers do all the work, and wow, it's not easy. Help these days. Yeah, it's not easy with help these days. Yeah. Hard to find good help in Skyrim, that's for sure. I mean, the NPC, the bonuses that the NPCs get on like legendary difficulty, they do apply to NPCs, so the NPCs are quite strong. It's just, they're also quite dumb. Don't mind me, I'm just working and listening at the same time, so I'll be lurking. At least it's an early day off. Hey, plus I have Sunday off. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. Enjoy your lurk. All right, so let's take a look at the quest journal now. Hard answers. We got to go speak to Calcelmo about translating Gallus's encoded journal here. So we need it's in the Falmer language. And Calcelmo is the leading scholar on the Dwemer in Skyrim. So he should at least have, maybe there's a translation key between Falmer and Dwemeris. So we're going to see if we can find that. We also need to speak to Endon in Markarth, so we'll do that at the same time. The Children Fair. Take Zora to the Sleeping Giant Inn. We're not quite there yet. We have some pressing things to do first. But Zora is our BFF, so we will do that at some point. Do we have any more Thieves Guild jobs? No, we don't. They're not really letting us in at the moment because, well, they think we are siding with Carlia, who they think killed Gallus. So they think we are massive traitors, which we are not. But we're working on that. So much fun with the traps in Calcelmo's tower. Yeah, I mean, if you're sadistic enough. I don't know. I'm trying to roleplay this character as well, and she's not that sadistic. She doesn't enjoy hurting people or clearing. Yeah, to her, violence is only if necessary, right? So I think we're gonna try this Dwemer Museum and all the ruins and everything. We're gonna try to do it as pacifist as possible. Which means we're gonna have to leave Zora behind because she does not sneak nearly as well as we do. The metronome tail, yeah, that will hypnotize you. That's awful. If you know of a way to fix that, let me know without, having to go too overboard with all the different requirements and stuff for a mod that adds a little bit more of a realistic tail. But SMP tails, okay. I'm gonna make a note of that. Thank you very much, Ire shot. It's not very warm sand at the moment. No. Yeah, you guys are, it's pretty cold up there in the UK these days. It actually froze in sunny Phoenix, or actually a kind of a neighboring city of Phoenix. We do get a few degrees cooler than Phoenix here in Scottsdale. But it did freeze last night. It went to under 32 degrees, just barely. It was 31 degrees, but we did have freeze warnings and stuff last night, so we are finally getting winter weather.
For dinner tonight? Or will he take his companion to the inn for a more sensible feast?
Will you call an
Just a question.
We will definitely be eating at the inn. We're not hunting our own food. We have the money, Zora. It's okay. We'll take a load off. Okay, we need to do some intelligence first. So, Calcelmo, we know, is the court wizard here in Markarth. I think we've sold some stuff to him before. We also need to find Endon. Maybe talking to Endon now will give us a little bit more insight into what the... Oh, I see something. I see something. Playing as a thief. Oh yeah, here we go. Stealing human flesh from a guard. That's weird. Is he one of the, what is it? Not Vermina. Not Mafala. Is he one of the cannibals? Okay, our pickpocketing is pretty good here, actually. I don't want to get in too much trouble here. Namira. Namira is the one I'm looking for. Yeah, Boone, thank you. Namira is the one I'm looking for. Is he one of the Namira dudes? Human flesh would make sense, huh? No, I think that's actually just extremely fortunate. That happened. It's just extremely, coincidental, because I think that the way that this pickpocket's eye works, there might be more people here too. Let's do a quick sprint through the city to see if there's anybody else. Man, I'm glad I saw that. The way that this thief's eye works, or this pickpocket's eye, or cut purse's eye, I'll go through it real quick here. Once I've found everybody. Sorry, I'm very distracted. This doesn't happen too often, so I want to make sure to take advantage of it when it does. It will mark certain random NPCs in the city area, and then it'll put that green glowing hand above them. And then it adds a bunch of valuable loot to their inventory. And I think it's all random, kind of based on level lists and things like that. Loot tables. So I think it was just an incredible stroke of coincidence there that that the human flesh actually ended up showing up in his inventory. But it does make sense. for this area, right? With Namira. He may have bought it from the butcher. Yeah, could be. Who's telling what kind of meat that is? Well, I think we know some of it is not actual beef. Okay, so yeah, that... I got to remember. There are a couple perks that I have here with the Thief that are kind of very centric around thievery gameplay, right? And one of it's with the lockpicking here, and that is Robber's Eye. So whenever you go into a dwelling that you don't own, could be a house, could be a storefront, could be a palace or anything else, it illuminates a locked container for, 2 minutes, and then you have to try to find that container and then unlock it, and then you get boosted loot if you get there in time. Also, there is one just like it for pickpocket. It's called Thief's Eye. Whenever you enter a major city, like within the walls or whatever, like it says, it illuminates a random citizen. Just one. You can go on like thieving runs, like this crime wave. I think it will illuminate another target within a certain amount of time. Will carry valuable items based on your pickpocket skill. So that's good. But the way that this changes gameplay is now every time I go into a city or go into a house or a building that I don't own, I gotta paste my eyes up to the upper left-hand side of the screen, because it will give you a notification if there is a boosted lock or a boosted pickpocket target in the area. You just have to train your eyes to every time when you enter a new loading screen to look up there to see if there's something worth taking. So yeah, that's one thing I got to remember since I haven't played the Thief in a long time. Yeah. Weird weather is afoot. Yeah, you get some. Yeah, I that huge cold front actually messed everybody up, I think. A lot of people in the Midwest getting a ton of snow that brought down temperatures, even in the West over here too. But then once that's gone, it's going to heat right back up again, I think. Psst, I know who you are. Hail Sithis. Yeah, those guards. The secret lives of guards, I'm telling you. Down here, it went +5 during the afternoon. Now, of course, it's just around 1C and less with wind chill. Yeah, I mean, over here, it swings 30 degrees Fahrenheit in either direction. So we had a freeze warning. It got 31 degrees last night, and then today it's back up in the 60s. It's crazy how that works here in the Phoenix area. Makes it hard to get used to, to pick out an outfit for the day that's actually warm enough to get you through the cold times, but not completely suffocating when it warms up. Can be tough. You gotta wear layers. Lots of layers. One thing I tend to do with Argonian characters is use the Serpent Stone, because if you didn't know, at 150 Magicka, you won't run out of Magicka as an Argonian okay, because of the regeneration. That's cool. That's cool to know. Yeah, that Serpent Stone, though, I want to do a build completely based off that. It would be like a Nightblade build, magic and sneak based. But that's interesting. That's an interesting synergy with Argonians, because they have the boosted regen rates when you get down to low levels of your attributes, and that works for stamina and health as well. That makes Argonians very hard to kill in some cases in as far as enemies go as well. But yeah, that's an interesting use of it that I haven't thought of. Good call, nobody. I thought about a skill changing mod for lockpicking and pickpocketing. Lockpicking would be about deactivating automatons. That's an Ordinator 2. Yep, and the pickpocket one about using it on creatures. Interesting. How would you pickpocket creatures? I'm interested to see how you would explain how that works. Because creatures don't really have a whole lot of ways of hiding things to find, and the ways that they do have are kind of gross, and I don't know if I would want to pickpocket creatures in that way. I love that the branch of the pickpocket tree that lets you put a coin in someone's pocket to turn them into a sleeper agent. Yes. Is that pickpocket? Or is that that is pickpocket? This is the Death Emperor coin. Death's Emperor. There you go. Your attacks deal 100% more damage and critical damage to them. Yeah, I actually had a really cool combo with that agent build that I was talking about earlier, where you would do Ghost Walk to go invisible, and then go up to the enemy that you were targeting, reverse pickpocket this coin into their inventory, which then with Ghost Walk teleports you back to where you were, and then you can sneak shot them with a bow. That was like one of my favorite combos that I ever made up in any one of my builds. It was a lot of fun. Constantly fighting back insanity and impulses. Yikes. Pickpocketing marsupials. There you go. Being going dark in about 10 minutes. My youngest car is back from the shop. First time around, they found nothing. This time, his coworker had a code reader that gave him cylinder 4 misfire. Well, there you go. Always get a second opinion. Still under warranty, so hopefully they'll get this thing figured out. Yes. You're wearing gloves, you'll be fine. Yeah, snap on the rubber latex gloves. Okay, I gotta find Endon here. I think also the part of the plan of attack here is going to be exploring the sewers a little bit for an escape plan, just in case things in the tower go awry. I don't think they will. I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to get through this without it being too eventful. But it might not hurt to look. Ah, yes, the Death's Emperor coin. This one likes the mutiny shout. Oh, is that a mutiny shout? Yes, yeah, the power. I remember that now. This one's fun. This is fun. It's like illusion without illusion. It's like if you're a thief and you don't have access to the illusion skill tree like the agent did, because if you're skilled in illusion, then that's just going to be more efficient to do that. But if you're a thief and you don't have that, you have ways of getting people to attack. Very cool. Endon should be in the tavern. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Pickpocketing creatures would be about sneaking about to them and harming them silently without actually attacking them. For example, you sneak up on a bear, put something in his fur, give him an infestation of fleas. This one likes using crying eyes, then pickpocketing, less likely to be seen caught. Yes, absolutely, crying eyes is great. That was added by Odin, right? And of course, you should be able to pickpocket Falmer, Draugr, and Automata. Yeah, that makes more sense. I have some less savory impulses as a result of the constant apathy. The apathy also causes insanity because the human mind isn't designed for prolonged periods of lacking stimulation. Interesting.
This is the Silver Blood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns
And nobody
it by
sounds kind of
yourself.
spooky, huh? It's a loose cannon. Who knows what that guy's gonna do?
Of course.
Man, I had my headphones all cranked up. I was watching The Wizard yesterday. I'm still not all the way through it, but I'm getting close to the end. That old movie from the 80s or 90s, probably early 90s, I'm guessing. Let's get a room here, just in case.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
We'll pose as just a regular patron.
Yes. I understand.
Do you have Hidden Hideouts of Skyrim City Edition installed with this character? I like it because it gives you an alternate way into the city, but a little place you can lay low for a while. I don't have it. I do have Sewers of Skyrim, though, and that does give you alternate ways in and out. I have played with Hidden Hideouts. I thought I had it in this profile, in this modding profile, but I don't. But Sewers gives me pretty much everything I need. I guess the one thing I'm missing at that point is the alternate way in and out of Riften. Riften doesn't have sewers as canals. But with the illusion skill, you can be caught, but with mutiny, you cannot. Ooh, interesting. Sounds like I'm going to be doing mutiny with this build. Imagine pickpocketing the soul gem out of a centurion to shut it down. That would be cool too. This one has a mod that allows one to pickpocket all those creatures, but it causes crashes with Draugr. So you, if you want to use it, you gotta just kind of avoid pickpocketing Draugr. Okay, good luck, Monk. Oh, I went in there to find Endon, and I bought some water, I rented a room, and didn't even find Endon. I am a loose cannon, but fortunately for everybody else, I keep my desire for adrenaline in check through regular exercise and catharsis. There you go.
Our hero.
Okay, Endon, where are you, buddy?
I tell you.
Anybody see an Endon? I guess I could just use the compass, but that always feels like a cop-out. Oh, there he is. I think that's him sitting there, right? Being serenaded. Being serenaded by Augment. Okay, Endon.
I work silver, like my father, and his father before him.
We both know that you're not just a silver worker, right? Delvin sent me.
Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure where else to turn.
Well, let's just start from the beginning.
Several months ago, I ordered a special
We sidetracked Karn. You did indeed. No, really active chat. You know, I like that.
Well, it never arrived. Later, I found out that it was robbed by a group of bandits led by someone named Regal Strongarm.
Why do you need the guild's help for that?
Look, I talked to the Jarl, the steward, the housecarl, everyone. They all told me their resources were spread too thin right now. Word on the street says that the Thieves Guild is coming back into its own in Markarth. So I figured...
Alright. Send a thief to steal back what was stolen. It makes sense.
Exactly.
Everybody else is preoccupied with the war.
Is irreplaceable. I'll pay you well for its return, and I can also prove to be quite a valuable ally to the Thieves Guild.
32F here, kinda cold. Yeah, that's how much it was this morning here in southwestern deserts of the United States. So it could be a lot worse. No time to lose then.
Yes, indeed. The only thing I can tell you is that the mold was taken to the bandits'
Of course, it'll be up in the shorts and t-shirt
I'm not sure how many men they have inside.
temperatures for you, Boone. We're getting up into the 60s Fahrenheit today.
I have silver to bend.
Here, if Endon was wearing glasses, he would look like me. Ah, yeah. Got the Boone hair going on. The Boone coif. I can still feel emotions at a greatly reduced capacity. The only things I feel fully is adrenaline. I'm affected by emotions, even if I don't feel them. Interesting. Man. The human mind is a crazy thing, right? So complex. So diverse. Okay. So let's see. Have we really explored
the finest jewelry in
sewers here? Okay, for me, this playthrough is all about taking our time, doing everything methodically and tactically, and really trying not to get caught. I am running Shadows of Skyrim, so I will get punished and earn a nemesis if I get killed. In most cases, anyway. Now, I always get hidden hideouts of Skyrim and sewers of Skyrim confused with what added what. There is some overlap, so I think with hidden hideouts of Skyrim, the cities edition... Oh, I am running hidden hideouts, but just not the city edition for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't do that. There is like a well right over here that would lead into a hidden hideout and then out through some underground passages back to the outside area, the city outskirts. That does not happen here, although we do have some entrances back into the sewer, which will get us out of the city. So let's see here. We're going to be going through the Dwemer Museum, which doesn't really have a lot of outlets. And we're going to be coming down through this waterfall at the end of it. I guess Cole doesn't really know that yet. We're going to be plopping down into this little waterway coming up through there. So let's just say that Collects Many Things has scouted the area. She knows that the Dwemer Museum can come out from over here. So this would be the closest sewer entrance that we're going to be able to get into. Okay, well, let's go talk to Calcelmo. We'll get the details of the Dwemer Museum and everything. Maybe we'll take a look at the museum, and then we'll go take a rest until late tonight. And then that way we don't have a guard and a bunch of citizens wondering what Cole is doing here, getting into and out of the sewers in the middle of the day. Many people wish they had reduced emotions until they actually have that. Yeah, I could see that. We're supposed to feel things, and it's like a lot of people who don't ever want to feel sad. It's like, I understand it. Feeling sad and stuff it sucks. It can be heartbreaking. It can be completely debilitating, but part of the human condition is that we're meant to feel those emotions.
There was a chef who cooks with alchemy.
You have to feel what you're going to feel. If you put that stuff off, you're going to end up with more chronic conditions. Okay, let's talk to Calcelmo here. One good thing I've gained from my autism is that I have become incredibly introspective and philosophical. It has also granted me a far deeper understanding of the human mind. That is fair.
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards.
Feeling sad is necessary to feel happy. Yeah. You don't want to put that stuff off. Let's see. Feel what you're going to feel. It's part of the human condition. You need it. Don't avoid it. Depression is something different. That's not just sadness. I think a lot of times people confuse the two, but they're different. Depression can be chronically debilitating, but yeah, sadness is fleeting, and you gotta feel it. Don't go numb. Let's see. Are you a wizard? I wanted to buy some spells. I was looking for you, actually.
I told you I'm not hiring any more guards. Why do you people always bother me when I'm trying to finish my research?
Oh my gosh, I can come back later.
Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people...
Well, that's exactly why I'm here.
I'm sorry, I got too excited.
Collects many things. She's still impressionable. She's young. She's kind of meek. She's not very assertive yet. She will become later on when she gets her speech skill up a little higher. But yeah, she's definitely she's gonna cower as a result of this kind of outburst of anger here. So yeah, been sent by Mara to aid you. Maybe we can get into his good graces with this first.
I was beginning to lose faith that any...
I forgot that I haven't done this yet.
You see, I've been thinking about Fahluaan quite a bit. You know Fahluaan?
You kill giant spider quicker. Do you have a mod that retextures the Thieves Guild armor? I do. This is, I think it's Frankly's retexture. He's got one for both
then you know what
the Thieves Guild armor and the Dark Brotherhood armor, but I have a full replacer for the Dark Brotherhood armor anyway that I like better than the vanilla stuff. The Thieves Guild stuff, I think it's some of the best looking armor in the game, but it can use some help with the texture. So yeah, I think it was just the Frankly's Thieves Guild armor retexture. A good one. Social anxiety, I think, yeah, some people feel that more than other people, but I think that's another human condition thing. With new people, there is a lot of anxiety, and I think that's completely natural. You just need to have something to talk about. Well, you're probably overthinking this.
That may be the case, but she is as volatile as a saber cat.
Many people with
One
depression
wrong
have similar
word,
apathetic
I've
nature,
seen
but
her
mine
turn
is the
around
result
so
of disabilities
quickly.
that are less treatable and even less curable. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm not saying that you couldn't. I'm just saying as a general advice for people
There is one
who avoid sadness that that's probably not the most healthy
quite popular
thing.
with the ladies. Thankfully, Feline is not quite his type. But
A friend of mine was getting so agitated that he was prescribed some tough emotion blockers.
Please,
He got addicted on that
ask him what
stuff,
she
but
likes.
also missed
It's
true
my
happiness a
only
lot
chance.
because it would not happen. Yeah, you got to be careful. And that's why a lot of psychiatrists and stuff are very, very hesitant to give out pills, because a lot of those emotions you're supposed to feel. It's just how you handle it. Here I am talking like I know anything about psychiatry. Well, actually, I did take several psychiatry classes in college, but I am no psychiatrist, that's for sure. Calcelmo looks way too young. He's kind of wrinkly. He's a little bit wrinkly. He's shaving his hair or shaving his head to hide his gray hair. Let's see. Yeah, he's wrinkly. He's not a young man, that's for sure. I guess nobody really looks that old in my game. The Greybeards do. None of the elves really look that old, though. High elf 100 years still looks the same. It can, yeah. They don't crack as much. Needed medication when I was younger because my symptoms were so severe and varied. Yeah. Well, if it's like to keep you from hurting yourself or other people, then your hand is kind of forced, I guess. I think they've been cracking down on that a little bit, Magus. I don't think it's as easy as it used to be. But still, like, some doctors will be more forthcoming with the prescriptions, and some won't. In the case of a doctor, will give you the choice, but it's not necessarily good for side, and bad can be worse. Yeah, it's fairly easy to get. Okay, let's see. What was I doing? Okay, so we talked to Calcelmo. Oh yeah, we have to go talk to Feline. I'm getting distracted by chat again. Ingvar. Okay, I thought so. All right, so we're gonna go talk to Ingvar. This Agent of Mara quest line is a good one. It gives us a fair amount of magic resistance. I think 15%. Blanket magic resistance. Ingvar.
Bloody enough for you, outsider?
Well, that's terrifying. Excuse me?
Markarth, is it bloody enough for you?
I mean, any amount of blood is bloody enough for me.
Then turn around and go back where you came. City doesn't need you, doesn't want you. Blood and silver are what flows through Markarth. That's the way it is. That's the way it'll stay.
Okay, well, that's kind of terrifying. Well, I've heard you might know what Feline likes.
What? Why? Are you interested?
Well, no, not personally, but, all right, look, between you and me, Calcelmo, the court wizard, he's got a kind of a thing for Feline.
Calcelmo, is he interested in Feline? That sly old codger. I should have guessed. Good for him. For the both of them. Between you and me, she could use a bit of warmth. As for what she might like...
I don't think I need medication, nobody. I think I'm good without.
She really has a soft spot for, of all things, poetry.
But I think that's generally good advice, finding somebody who
as a youth.
is qualified and works for you.
There's a poem I once used on an older lady of Rorikstead. I can change it to be about Feline, if you've got some gold. Are you prepared to receive my golden words?
Let's see. That seems like a lot of money.
Come back when you got the gold, then.
So I can ask him for work? I don't remember getting work from Ingvar. It's interesting, but we're not really looking for work right now in either case. Alright, well, we have the money. I was just hoping to be able to negotiate down.
Wonderful. I'll write it out so you won't forget it. You should probably just take this directly to Fahluaan.
And since we haven't really navigated the whole
words.
Bard's College thing yet, she's not really feeling confident with her own words, so I guess she'll pay for the expertise that she doesn't have. Please read the letter aloud? Okay, I can do that. We have some wandering eyes here. Should I read it in a sultry voice too? You know I will. I mean, it's not Valentine's Day yet, but still. Alright, a missive from Calcelmo to Fahluaan. My lover's heart is numbing stone that hides in ice beneath our sight, so some decree it is not there, while others whisper, yet it might. Though stone is born from fevered ash, once formed it yields no whiff of heat. So too her heart betrays no love, nor comforts those embracing it. As mountains grow and yearn for sky, then climbers conquering ascend. With chisel, rope, with axe and pick, they force the rock to yield to them. One peak stands proud amidst the range, invincible and scaled by none. Those men who try wash down her slopes. Their eye-born streams obliquely run. I have no idea what that letter is. For brash assault could never pierce those guarded depths that lay apart, but patient water gently shapes a furtive channel to the heart. My love is delving water, ice that cracks with cycles of the sun. A lapping yearning whispered plea will mark the time till I rush in. For I have dwelt among the rocks, my city carved from rugged stone. So in that burrow I will creep and warm the soul which makes my home. Okay, so basically talking about two stone-faced, hard on the outside, soft on the inside people that, you know, want to get a little freaky with each other. That's okay. Okay. Okay, so this goes to Fahluaan. Fahluaan.
You! Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth?
Let's see. I'm a traveler. I have questions.
Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words.
Well, actually, I'm here for you. I have a poem I'd like you to read.
Pardon me?
It's from Calcelmo. Please.
I'm not sure what this is all about. This is lovely. Calcelmo wrote this? About me?
It's a poem about two armadillos meeting, yes. He cares about you.
Clearly. I've never even thought of him in that manner. I wish that I was as skilled with words as he. Here, take in this letter. I may not be as eloquent as he is, but I hope he understands.
It was lovely, even though the font was terrible to read. Yeah, that was kind of tough. I'm sitting in front of a 32-inch monitor right now, and the font was kind of, wasn't exactly small, but I'm not exactly young.
The Silverblood family will be.
But yeah, that font was tough. And that one word that looked like I with a dot above it. feel like there was either a letter there or a misprint or something. Eyeborn waterfalls? Maybe they were talking about tears. Calselmo, guess what, buddy? Got some good news for you.
Look, I'm very busy, so this better be important.
Oh, you're not too busy for this, trust me. Calselmo's getting some tonight.
This is more than I could have hoped for. Have you really done this? I have to see her. Please excuse me.
I actually have a thief assassin's character who worships Zenithar. Interesting. Oh, that's why you were talking about Zenithar should have more gameplay ramifications. I see. Let's see. I hear you're the authority on Ancient Falmer. Yeah.
Then you were well informed. I am at this very moment on the cusp of completing my magnum opus on the subject. I'm calling it Calselmo's Guide to the Falmer Tongue. It will revolutionize the way we understand those ancient beings.
Perhaps I could view your work?
Preposterous. That research
Oh, come on. After everything I did for you.
Toil in some of the most dangerous Dwemer ruins in Skyrim.
You're not going to make me do this whole dungeon dive, are you?
To see it before it's completed. While I appreciate the sentiment,
oh my God! I found you love for Mara, and you're not even going to repay the favor with letting me poke around in your museum. Oh. Okay, well maybe I tell Fahluaan exactly what was going on with this poem here, huh?
Do you realize that at a snap of my fingers, I can bring the entire Markarth city guard to my defense?
Collects many things. She doesn't have the balance to cash that check. All right.
Very well. Perhaps when my research is complete, I'll feel more comfortable discussing my findings with you.
Maybe you'll feel more comfortable after you get some smooch time with Fahluaan, huh? What style do you prefer most? The Thief, the Mage, Warrior, or some hybrid or more niche, unique builds? I'm usually more of a hybrid guy, but right now, currently, I'm really enjoying the Warrior archetype stuff the best.
It's all right.
You can bribe him if you wanted. Yeah, I guess I could.
No idea you were so.
I'm trying to get him more favorable toward me. Maybe I just need to finish this quest. Yeah, I generally like warrior mentality, but maybe light armor, because I like the responsiveness and the look of the light armor better than the heavy armor most of the time.
What is it this time? Persistent, aren't you? Oh, very well. Who am I to stand in the way of curiosity? I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. There's a giant spider in the Triumvirate. My workers call her Nimi.
What does Calselmo want with Fahluaan, and what does Fahluaan want with someone who is obsessed with his work? Well, I think they're both probably a bit of workaholics. That's probably what that poem was all about. They are both sorely in need of some, tenderness. They need some love. They may not be ideal mates, but maybe they need each other. Okay, fine. She can say that she'll do it, even though she doesn't really have...
Good. Here's the key to the dig site. Yes, their history and culture is all around us in Markarth. A race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built...
She doesn't really have any inclination of actually doing it if we can get around it.
To rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time...
I actually wish the Divine were less concerned with following the law.
Disappeared. The whole people, all at once.
Yeah, the law changes, but the Divines don't, I suppose. This one's Khajiit character, Hidden Paw, follows Riddlethar. Riddlethar was cool. I did that back with my Moon Monk.
Now stand aside. There's work to be
Now, I
done.
seem to have completely lost the dialogue option to get into the museum without having to go through the excavation site. Or maybe that was all just to get into the excavation site. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to go take care of his spider after all. I was too hasty. Dang. Would have let you in the museum after delivering the letter. You were too hasty. Okay. I just should have bribed him, huh? Well, I guess we just got to go kill some spiders. We'll come back out. Like I said, this is more of a pacifist build. We resort to violence only when we have to, but we do need some training for a bow anyway. Much rather spend that time training on spiders than people, I guess. And we don't have to do the whole expedition quest line here. We can later. It's really hard to come through here and not pick up all the large struts and all the scrap metal. Because, you know, you play one smithing character. The main reason to come here early in the game is to get all the dwarven scrap to make ingots out of and then smith up your dwemer gear. But if you're coming in here out of that context, it's still kind of hard not to go through and pick up all those items that you can turn into ingots. It's kind of like playing an alchemist character once. It makes it hard not to pick up every ingredient you see. It's not a version of Itsy Bitsy Spider, just wondering. Are you investing into alchemy? No, I'm not. So alchemy is part of the Thief Stone skills, but it is not part of the Oblivion Thief class, nor is it part of the Classic Classes and Birth Signs Reimagined. Can I get there? Yes, I can. Just a gold necklace, whatever. Wasn't really worth the trouble, but yeah. So no, not investing into alchemy. I'll be skilling it for sure. And I'll be using it here and there. It's just too useful not to take advantage of. I just won't be perking into it. So I guess that kind of takes a little bit of the purity out of the pure thief. But not by much. There are some like paralysis poisons and stuff that you can create on the cheap. Maybe some fortify archery stuff, because those tend to be rare. But for the most part, I can, without perking into either alchemy or enchanting to boost your alchemy level, you can buy potions that are much more powerful than the potions that you can make. Let's see, Daedra crossbow, 1 and 4. I want to see what my hotkey is. It's been so long I don't remember what my hotkey is for my crossbow. Gamepad plus. Action keys. Okay, so double press for the crossbow and single press for the bow. Here we go. I know there are spiders down there. Blacksmith's potion, dwarven dagger, I may as well take that. Still not detecting any hints of any spiders. Although I hear them putzing around with all their legs. Uh-oh. Misfire. There we go. A pure Ordinator Thief can have as many perk points as they want. Oh, there you go. Yes, indeed. Actually, you are technically correct because of the... what was it called? Like Dragon Cache or something? It's in... Pickpocket? Is it Pickpocket? Or is it lockpicking? Dragon Hoard. Whenever you sleep with 50,000 or more gold in your inventory, you may choose to spend it to purchase a perk point. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so the pickpocket, that makes the pickpocket kind of the strongest skill in the game, I would say, because it gives you just infinite perks. You have to earn the money for it, and $50,000 is not a little bit, especially considering the limits that each vendor has to give you. I should have had Zora wait. Actually went with Scout for my Thief because the stamina regeneration, starting with 65% extra stamina regen is good no matter what class you're playing, especially early on, for sure. Stamina regen is great. Thief and Follower, less useful for a mage, I suppose, but for any hybrid Thief or warrior character, stamina regen is great. Thief and Follower do not go hand in hand. Yeah, I know, I need to make her wait. Well, I would say actually they do, because thieves are generally pretty weak in combat, so it's good to have sort of like a bodyguard hired muscle. But when you're actually doing your thieving, like sneaky stuff, you do really want to have them wait. Okay, we got to level up. Let's not go into the perk menu until I have a chance to actually spend my training points. So we do have a good amount of coin to spend on that. Yeah, having a little bit of hired muscle as a backup in case things go awry as a thief is actually something I did even in vanilla, but you learn quick that those followers, they do not play nice with stealth, so you gotta leave them at the door. For sure. Frenzy, there's your follower, but a pure thief does not have access to illusion. Yeah, I guess the Nightingale stuff does kind of beg you to take illusion on. But then if you have sneak and illusion, then you literally don't have to have any other skill in the game. You just let the game play itself, and you can sit by and not do anything. Sneak illusion is what you want to play if you don't want to play Skyrim. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the trap that I get into with these hybrid skills, let's see, do I have a hunting knife? Yeah, let's use the hunting knife so I don't use up. The trap that I get into with the hybrid builds is that I always end up very tempted to play the same build all the time, right? So you're always going to go sneak, you're always going to go illusion, you're always probably going to do some archery and some one-handed. For me, I tend toward the assassin Nightblade playstyle. For other people, that might be stealth archery. For other people, that might be sneak illusion. But as long as you're allowing, you know, some some wiggle room in each one of your classes. They're all going to end up pretty homogenous. So with these builds that I do, I'm really trying to stay away from the classic pitfalls of Skyrim buildcraft, where it's like, yeah, you're always going to end up tending towards certain builds if you don't restrict that stuff away. Or at least I do. Maybe you're different, but Pure Thief wouldn't really fight them, though, yeah? They would have to take a skill that aren't spec'd into. Well, it depends on what your definition of Pure Thief is. So they all wind up hybrid characters. I love my Night Blades, and there is a lot of complexity you can add to them, for sure, for sure. Well, I've always said, too, that that's part of my problem there, is I have my light on. I just completely lost my train of thought. It's gone. Shoot, I've always said that, what was it that I've always said? I don't know what I've always said. Turn my car back over to number 3 child, where theirs hopefully gets fixed, and a beverage in hand. There you go. That's the panic monk in his natural state, natural resting state. Skyrim on the screen and a drink in the hand. I mean, why play an Irem if you aren't playing hybrid character? It's kind of what it is for creative builds, not boring vanilla plus builds. Oh, so you're saying my builds are boring vanilla plus builds, huh? Huh? Somebody ban that guy. I'm kidding. Actually, with the warrior, I think that Anai has put in a lot of thought and effort into these sort of pure basic builds. Things like Massacre and things like Thundering Blow, stuff that adds nuance to the regular warrior gameplay that you can get without having to spec into other trees. And the same for the thief, and like the thief's eye, robber's eye, stuff like that, the bear traps. There's really no reason to do any of that if you can just kind of magic your way through it, right? To me, it's like if you're gonna do the hybrid stuff, there's always a better answer for something that you've got in your skill tree that you're trying to focus on. And you're not. There's some really cool, really fun stuff there that's not meta. That, you know, if you just have access to illusion, or you just have access to alteration, or you just have access to sword and board that you're not ever going to see. And the plan was always to go into the more unique, creative, hybrid stuff after I got the bases down. So right now I'm working on the base level of the pyramid stuff, because there is a lot of nuance, like I said, in the warrior, in the mage, and in the thief, that Anai has built into these basic classes in Ordinator. That I want to get a handle on before I start building back up to unique stuff. But that stuff is coming down the line. I wanted to shore up my basic knowledge of it first. For years, I've been just doing whatever the hell I want in Ordinator, following my own sort of hybrid creative paths, but like I said, it caused me to kind of just do the same things in each build every time, and now I'm putting myself outside of my comfort zone in order to learn more about it. And I think that'll make my hybrid builds even better. For as much fun as I had with the Steger, with the Stormcloak Assassin, I don't know, I still wasn't 100% happy with it. I felt like I could have done a better job. Been a little more well-defined with some of it. Found some better synergies with some other things, and I feel like if I had a better basic knowledge of how the one-handed stuff works, how the sneak stuff works on its own, and how the magic, the certain magic stuff, the spirit magic worked on its own, that character would have been better in all phases. Okay, let's just get all the ingredients, all the stuff on the way back. I don't really want to do this whole Lost Expedition thing. That's a winding, long dungeon, and I don't think that Collects Many Things would be that interested in doing that anyway. Maybe at some point the promise of treasure will be enough to drive her down into those tunnels, but for now, she does not have the confidence, and she's got a job to do besides. Okay, there was another one that's more hidden. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's see. Don't know how good this... Well, we're disease resistant as an Argonian, so I think they would be a little less particular about what food they pick up and eat. They've kind of evolved to eat strange fish out of murky, diseased waters, so I think I'll be okay eating a cooked rabbit haunch from a random dungeon. For me, Boone, the sound is right on time, but for the stream, the sound might be a little bit delayed. All right, so now we should have access to the museum. We would have had access to the museum quicker if Boone would have just told me that I could bribe them sooner. Calcelmo, no, I'm kidding. I'm not blaming you, Boone. Okay. Where is Calcelmo? Did he come back here, or is he still smooching with Fahluaan? Got a lot of time to make up for. No, he's back to work. All right.
This better be important.
So Nimi's dead.
You have my gratitude. That spider had been interfering with my excavations for months. As promised, here's the key to the
All right, Magus,
museum.
take it easy.
Mind the displays. Some of them are quite fragile.
Ah, look at that one-man marketing team there. Like buttons do help. I was still so happy about hearing the love poem. Yeah, indeed.
A most pleasant
Actually, can I sell him some stuff? I might be able to take care of some encumbrance. Thieves are actually really good with encumbrance. The pickpocketing, the mastery skill, I think, adds encumbrance points. Let's see, how many of these scrolls do I actually want to use here? Blizzard's actually probably not going to be that effective, but I'm losing coins on that one. Gotten magic, losing coins on that as well. Thieves also have high stamina, which definitely helps. Yes, it does. We should make a video with several YouTubers all reading one verse of the poem. There you go. And I do have some soul gems here that I can use to fill up the enchantments on my bow. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Shadow marks I still need. I guess the Blizzard, we're going to lose out on 30 coins, but in the grand scheme of things, that's basically nothing.
Safe travels.
So did I get, I think I got the key to the Dwemer Museum. I did. Okay, what time is it? 6:59 p.m. Still kind of early, but we can scout the area out first. So did Calcelmo let you know that I'm allowed to see the museum?
No sudden moves. Understand?
Yeah, no sudden moves. Guess I could just go in.
What a waste. There must be a dozen men up there. Yeah. Calcelmo called in his entire expedition team. Said he needed every man he could get to protect his research. Better them than us. We lost 3 good men to the traps up there. And for what? Just to see another damn spider clanking around?
Lagarde.
This is Markarth, Traveler. Safest city in the Reach.
Okay, so we are allowed to be here. I'm sure if they found me picking locks to other areas, though.
Speaking is fine too.
Yeah, you want to charm the guards? Go ahead. That would be fun to see, I think. No, that's okay, Zora. I'm gonna leave you back in the hotel. That one's free to take. That's a Leviathan axe thing. I might actually remove that axe from later profiles. It's not being supported anymore. In my experience, it's never really been broken, but the guy took it down, the mod author took it down in order to fix some bugs and tweak some things. I don't know why he had to take it down for that, because I think it was working fine to begin with. And that was years ago, and it's never come back up. So I think it's safe to say it's pretty much dead at this point. It might make a miraculous comeback at some point. Okay, so, but I hate, like, using stuff in my guides that you can't find the mod unless you go dig up the archives for it somewhere on Nexus, or somebody just has an illegitimate copy of it. So I'm probably going to remove it. All right, so we've scouted the place. There's that door at the end there that we want. It looks like there's some valuable stuff to be had. A lot of lockpicking training to be had in here, too. We might just go through and do all this stuff. I don't know if I want to do that on stream or not. But we do need to scout out our escape route here, too. So let's do that, and then hopefully we can get that done early enough that we can get a couple hours sleep before we actually take on this job. We got about an hour and 10 minutes left in the streaming window. So hopefully I can get all that done before it's time to quit. The first part requires no sneaking. Don't forget Stendarr's hammer, best weapon of AE. Stendarr's hammer, is that in the museum here somewhere? I kind of want to see Stendarr's hammer now. Let's look that up. Okay, yeah, it does look familiar. I went through all the AE stuff when that came out, just to get familiar with all of it, but Unless you use something all the time, you're gonna forget about it, right? The hammer is acquired through a quest that involves stealing it from the Dwemer Museum in Markarth. Its enchantment causes respectable damage to the target, but drains stamina from its wielder. Tempering Stendarr's hammer requires an ebony ingot, a flawless sapphire, and the arcane blacksmithing perk. It is particularly notable for its extreme weight, slightly more than 3 times the weight of a Dragonbone Warhammer, which has the same base damage, giving it an incredible power attack stamina cost in addition to its base stamina cost enchantment. Wow. Damages the target for 22 points, depletes 20 stamina from the wielder per hit. This is a very costly costly weapon. This 22 points might scale with some destruction perks, maybe destruction potions. I don't know, man. I don't know how useful this thing is. There is a quest. Gain entry to the museum in Markarth and take Stendarr's hammer. It does not appear. So this is like Ruin's Edge, where there is a quest, but it doesn't appear in your journal. So I'll have to look around when I'm doing all the pickpocket or the lockpicking training. It is the worst. It seems pretty bad. It looks cool though. Weighs 100 and reduces your stamina with each. Yeah, boy, oh boy. Not something you want to build off of. I don't know. Maybe you can make it work. It does look cool. Boon 23 is a trickster. No, he is indeed. I don't know that he's as much of a trickster as much as he just wants to amuse himself at all costs. Tell me if I'm wrong, Boon. And it's free. Okay. You can only sell it to a general merchant. Wow, this is a very unique item, for better or worse. Mostly for worse. Okay, so tonight I think is a throwaway. We're gonna get some sleep, and then we're going to use the cover of Nightfall to scout our exit plan here. And then tomorrow night,
The Silver Blood Inn has plenty of strong drink.
we'll do the actual job.
The Imperials.
Okay, let's go ahead and get some sleep. We'll sleep until midnight, so 12:30 a.m. Oh yes, funny is the way to go always. There you go. Similar to the hammer that makes you drunk on hitting an NPC. That sounds like a lot of fun too. That's why I love Ricky Gervais. There you go. Ricky Gervais is great. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Moderate hunger and severe thirst. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have some water, though. We're good with that. We'll have to get some more on the way out. Not going to take skooma before a job. We'll do it after the job. Here we go. Well sated. Hydrated. Let's get some more water from what's his name over here before we head back out on our scouting
This is the
venture.
Silver Blood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
Ognar's Keg Breaker. Is that from AE? Is that a real thing, Tom? Or is that a mod?
The killer of kings, on the day of your death, will drink and will sing.
You can watch the bloated American ripoff or the original. 12 episodes, quality, not quantity, Steve. Oh, I think we got a lot of fans of The Office in here. I think, actually, if you ask most people that have seen both, they're gonna prefer the the American version to to the English version. Actually, I have a lot of English co-workers that I work with on a daily basis, and I think they are at 100% that the American version is better than the English version. Not to say that the English version was bad, just that the American version became its own thing after a while, and it became a cultural icon, pop cultural icon. Here's a mod that makes Stendar Hammer more akin to its Morrowind canon. Oh, okay, there's a mod for that. Oh, there's a mod for everything, right? Wow, people are really in and out here, huh?
Ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
We're gonna let the traffic kind of dissipate here before. Actually, we don't want those fiery arrows giving away our position here either. Okay, we'll give them a few minutes to kind of clear the congestion from the area there too. You actually prefer the US version? Much leaner version, that English version, though. It did act as a pretty good pilot, though, for the American version. They took a lot of that stuff in that first season, before it actually came into its own. And then Michael became more of a redeemable character later on.
My fourth rescuer was quite handsome. Thin ropes of muscle and hazel.
Okay, I know Magus is out, but his $45,000 playtime or hour playtime made me want to figure that out. Here's what I came up with: 45,000 hours or 13 hours equals 3,000 or 34, a little more than 3,400 hours a year. 9.477 hours per day, so approximately 9.5 hours per day on average over 13 years. Yeah, possible, especially for Magus. He plays a lot of Skyrim, so yeah, it's definitely possible. Unlikely, but possible. Post it on your new Discord. Oh, the keg breaker? Awesome. Yeah, so I did put, let's do that. Let's shout out my new Discord here. Do an invite, copy that into the chat. Boom shakalaka. So yeah, I do have a new Discord server for the channel. Go ahead and feel free to join. Just follow the rules. Be nice to each other. Don't make me regret it. But yeah, feel free to join. Talk about the builds. Talk about Skyrim. Talk about what you're watching, what you're playing. You know, all the good stuff. So there you go. And then I also did want to post that in the description for this video too, for the stream. Let's take that on here. Edit. Description. Save it. There you go. Yeah, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. With the math kind of checks out a little bit, and he was saying that he was playing Skyrim pretty much for, you know, all day when he was laid up, and he's had some back problems since then that he's been dealing with for years and years and years. So yeah, he's probably played a lot more Skyrim than any of us. Most likely. And yeah, I've seen him stream for 9+ hours these days. Yeah, the community meeting. Yeah, I was... there were a couple reasons why I was kind of hesitant to do the Discord thing. One of it is, you know, I don't enjoy the moderation side of things. For me, playing video games is about, you know, playing video games and sharing it with your friends, which is what Discord is all about. But once you get into the babysitting aspects of it, telling people to play nice and everything, I really don't enjoy that. So I got to get a moderator team up and running for that stuff, for sure. And then I was also trying not to take traffic away from my YouTube channel, so I was trying to drive discussion in the YouTube community tab and the comments section of each of my videos, but that's untenable. That's kind of not feasible. It's clunky. It's not a lot of fun. So there's all that too. It's just to have a Skyrim community, especially if you're trying to, you know, promote your channel and stuff, you kind of want to build the community around it. So Discord is a big part of that, I would think. Oh yeah, Boone with his Skyrim songs. Those have been fun. Yeah, Discord showed if there isn't too moderating. Yeah, and there's been a lot more good examples of a community kind of, you know, self-regulating itself. The Laughing Simon Discord is actually very well behaved, and his Discord is huge. And I think he's had all of maybe like 2 moderation incidents that he needed to put out there. And those were years ago, and his channel has only grown since then. He has 1 moderator that is kind of just a title only type thing. So it can work. It definitely for sure can work. And I don't want to really expand my moderator team too much. I'll see if I can handle it on my own, but then if it becomes a need to do it, then I'll put a few people up there. And I have the channel set up for moderation as well. I have a moderators group that I am the only one of in that channel, and I kind of like to keep it that way until I need to do something else. Okay, so this is the manhole that I'm trying to get through, and it looks like that guard has moved on. So let's go ahead and get through there. The community tab isn't really designed for that. They're trying to. YouTube is trying to. They want a more like Reddit style community in their community tabs, but they're not there yet. It's very clunky to do anything in that community tab for sure. I think my Discord showed you there isn't so much moderating necessary if you have the right people for sure. Character Crusade is essentially self-running at this point. Well, we have a few very good moderators. Indeed. Just joined. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, TCDN. Glad to have you. And a lot of very good members. The main problem is spammers and Discord channels. Yeah, and I do have Welcomer doing a kind of what was it? It's a bot check before you start, I think. At least I set it up to do that. I don't know if it's actually doing it. You gotta check the box or whatever to prove that you aren't a bot. It's hard for me to test that stuff on my own because obviously I'm a member of that Discord. I'd have to create a new Discord account to test that stuff. All right, so we are trying to find an escape route out of the city from this manhole. Have I scouted much of this? I haven't scouted any of the Markarth sewers. Okay, so this should be fun. The Welcomer bot had me verify. Good setup so far. Okay, good. Yeah, and no shade to your boy Nobody or Nobody in Dungeons. There were particular ways I wanted to have that Discord organized to promote discussion on builds in Skyrim and try to stay away from some of the subjects that cause friction in a community. So I wanted to make it very clear what we're there for, and the organization for it. I wanted to drive all that as well, and I think it's good so far. Okay, I see a Charis over there. I really don't like how it adds certain bolts as bolts and arrows as default when you switch your weapons here. Ooh, 2 Charis? And I do have Zora with me, so she can tank if need be. Lots of archery training. That's good. Let's go back to the steel bolts here. Oh man, they're tanking a lot of shots. I do need lots of archery training because these... Damn it, this damage output is not ideal. Lots of bolts. I've been talking to Welcomer for hours now, but it seems he doesn't have much to say. Not about life, not about death, not about love. Strange dude. Indeed. Yeah, he's got a very one-track mind. As a good bot should. Posted some pics of what I do at my job on the Discord. Oh, awesome. I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing that because I'm into that kind of stuff in real life. The interactive games. Your job intrigues me, Silent. You could lower the difficulty to cause more damage. Nah. See, Magus before had me wanting to cheat with my restrictive builds here, and now Boone's got me wanting to cheat with lowering difficulty. Ooh, that's a Forsworn. This might be a good job for that cork bulb route if it actually procs. So the cork bulb, where is that thing? I don't actually have it favorited. Weird. Cork bulb arrows. Cork bulb bolt. I'll just go ahead and favorite all of them because I might need them. So the cork bulb stuff seems interesting, right? You don't need alchemy to do your paralysis, but in my experience, it works very rarely. It's more like a paralysis enchantment than it is a paralysis alchemy effect. So there's a small percentage chance that the paralysis will actually work, that the enemy won't resist it.
Must be my imagination.
It's actually much better just to craft a bunch of cheap paralysis poisons. In my experience. They're much more effective. And they're also kind of weak. That should take her out, and then we just have the... the higher level one. You can tell by his gear. Forsworn Pillager. Okay, let's just try to bypass him. I do want the archery training.
I guess I was just hearing things.
But we're trying to roleplay this thief a little bit here, and collects many things. Probably would not be picking a fight with the Forsworn. I say after I've already completely decimated the one of them here. Forsworn bows are good too. I don't know if... well, I don't think they're going to keep pace with my Bow of Shadows here, but... maybe. I can at least enchant that with something good. It's advice I give to myself when I die several times in a dungeon, but that lever to change the difficulty setting is so rusty, it would break if I even tried to touch it. Yeah, kind of the same here. I mean, the only thing that I do with difficulty these days is go into Wildcat and change the... and make it harder. So out of the box, legendary difficulty with Wildcat is actually a bit easier than it is in vanilla. It'll give you a 0.5% modifier out of the box instead of a 0.25 that you get in vanilla, and also the I think it's at You get 4 times damage in vanilla, and I think it puts you at 3 times damage, or 3.5 times damage in Wildcat. Anything interesting up here? Oops. Very, very still. Pickpocket? I'll take his septums. Forsworn Warhammer. Only 50% chance to steal that thing. 95% for the strength potion. I'll take that too. I do want to see what he's hiding in this chest, though. Ooh, a very valuable bow. Yep, I'll be taking that. And it doesn't look like there's any other way out of this area. This is a dead end. Indeed. Okay. Let's continue. Alright, Zora. You may follow. Moving over to the phone so I'll be less active. No worries, nobody. Get comfortable. What is that I'm... Oh, I didn't even see that floating plank there. Okay, what do we got over here? No more chars, please. That almost looked like a char's carcass on that mound of rubble there. Okay, I do have an exit over here, it seems. Let's see where that goes. Oh, I hear somebody munching on something. Alright, Zora, chill out right there for a second. I got some sneakiness to do. Hurricane the Cursed. Well, if he's cursed, I don't want to steal anything from him. This one goes out to the Warrens. I guess I could hide out in the Warrens if I needed to. There's not really a whole lot of guard coverage in there. But I would like to get all the way out of the city if I could. Do love the look of the gemstone bow. My favorite is the sapphire version. Yeah, it's a very good looking bow. It's very expensive too. It's a very pricey bow. But I don't think it actually keeps up in terms of base damage with some of the higher level, you know, Daedric, Dragonbone, and the Bow of Shadows. Some of the crossbows. Bow of Shadows is doing 43 damage. Daedric crossbow, this is why I'm using this for my sneak attacks, is its base damage is just huge, right? And it also ignores half of armor, I think crossbows do. Or maybe that's just the enhanced crossbows that do that. So I might be mistaken there. Forsworn bow, by contrast, is doing like, oh, a little better than half of the base damage of the Bow of Shadows. And that gemstone bow, better than the Forsworn bow for sure, but still not nearly as good as the Bow of Shadows, which I think is has the same base as the Daedric, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay, Boone. Have a good weekend, okay? See you around. Okay, where does this go? Back up to Markarth. So I don't want to go back up to Markarth. This is probably the main manhole in the sort of main concourse area. This is going to put us right back into the Lion's Den if we're trying to make a hasty escape. Okay, so I guess there's one more path. Oh, there's a couple. I think that path was blocked, but let's see. Okay, so this path was not blocked. That's a Charis Hunter. Zora, you with me? Sneak up to 76. That is excellent. Cork bulb. I don't want to use the cork bulb. I want to use something a little stronger. Steel bolts, I guess. Those work. Oh, this guy is going to be tough. Zora, you're my meat shield. Ooh. Man, they move fast. Zora's actually sneakier than I thought. That's good. So I'm being more aggressive with the creatures because they're going to be a little harder to deal with in a hasty escape situation. Just kind of want to clear the area of any obstacles. I left that other Forsworn up there because he's a little tougher, and that was a dead end anyway. Okay, got him down to about half, maybe a little more. Gonna need to have to procure some more bolts at some point, I think. Might be able to commission a smith to craft me some more. Otherwise, I think the only place to actually buy bolts from a vendor is the Fletcher in Solitude. I think he's the only vendor that has the crossbow stuff from the AE pack. So there's another one that I haven't found. That, and then, you know, the Dawn Guard stuff, of course, which is where all the crossbow stuff comes from. Arnie for bolts. So the smith in the Thieves Guild does bolts, huh? Interesting. Excuse me. Getting tired. Might need some more caffeine. Get a few bolts back, not many. Yikes. Oh, some of these might be floating around. They might have bounced off of the hard shell of the Charis. Okay, where am I going here? Let's check to the right first, because that is closer to the exit. We'll radiate outward from there. Okay, this is where I started. So the Forsworn is off to the left over here. That's where that Forsworn pillager is. This will take me back out to where I came from, where I came in at. So left and then right. Fire arrows, nice. Yeah, I'm actually kind of annoyed at the fire arrows. They're the weakest arrows I have, so those are the ones that it defaults to when I switch my weapon. Actually, also, welcome, Icarus. Nice to see you, buddy. But when you're trying to be a sneaky thief, you probably don't want glowing fire arrows on your back. It kind of betrays your stealthy exterior. All right, who is this guy? Should wait there, Zora, just in case. I don't know if this guy is a friend or a foe. He's a peddler. So I can probably buy some illicit materials from him. Some contraband. Cool look, though. Yes, absolutely. And this guy's also a dead end, huh? So nothing much to go on there. So we're going to go back up to this intersection and turn right. Oh, who are these bozos? Okay, just merchants. All right, well, in fact...
Take a look.
Can sell some stuff to them right now. Char's chitin I don't need. And 16, the dwarven dagger. That will take me right there. Okay, cool. Actually, do you have anything worth buying?
Take a look.
Yeah, this is one of the patrol mods that I have installed. These traveler merchants are, you can find them out on the road as random encounters all over the place. For whatever reason, they seem to be pathfinding their way through the sewers, which is interesting. But not entirely unwelcome. I'll take all your healing potions. Could use those. Daedra Heart, Void Salts. If I'm going into trick arrows, I'm going to need these salts, and I have the money to spend on them, so why not? Daedra Heart. I don't think I need the Daedra Heart. We're not doing smithing. Not doing a lot of alchemy with this one. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. Oh, but now you have more money that I can
take a look.
Sell some crap. Staff I don't need. Sell more of that. Large animal bones don't really need. Everything else I'll use, I think. Okay. Oh, we're going for a swim. Zora, you with me? Hope you can hold your breath. As an Argonian, I really don't have a problem with water. Can stay underwater. Ooh, Nether Markarth. Okay, I think this is the last place that I have to scout. Yeah, maybe this is where I want to go. If this takes me outside of the city, this will be our escape route for sure. You with me, Zora? Actually, I do not see her. She should be following. Maybe she's just taking a roundabout path. I don't know. Oh no, there she is. She's floating around in there. I hear somebody fighting something. It's probably Falmer. Let's try to stay out of this. Looks like an elf fighting a Falmer. That elf is still on fire. Does somebody have like an enchanted weapon or something? Easy, Zora. Nerevar, that's a dark elf. That's not an Altmer. We'll just let her do all the work, huh? Just like a real thief would do. Okay, I don't know if she's hostile or not, but she seems very formidable. Who is that? A bounty hunter. Okay. Well, as a thief, probably don't want to get on the wrong side of the bounty hunter. Can make use of some of her stuff, though, that's for sure. Ice spikes. So the flame effect that was on that Falmer, or not the Falmer, the Dunmer, was probably the Imperious racial ability. A little bit of a flame cloak that goes on that. If I remember correctly, it's more about fire resistance than it is about fire damage. Just want to get the lay of the land here. This is a big area. Oh, there's another Falmer. Not really in the business of picking fights with Falmer here. We got Zora here for our muscle if we need it. Otherwise, we'll try to just sneak around. This is more about scouting than it is clearing. Ooh, okay. That seems interesting. Looks like we have a campfire over here. Which means a congregation of someone. That looks like Falmer. But also might be a consolidation of items. Alright, chill out there for a second, Zora. I'm going to try to be very sneaky and see what they have in their chest over here. Oh, empty! Ooh! Alright, Zora. Fire arrows? No, I'm gonna hurt Zora with the fire arrows. Let's go back to just regular old steel arrows. Here we go.
Come on, let's go.
Ah! These are some high-level Falmer here, too. The Skulker. You don't see those early on in the game. Just try to give her as much support from afar as we can. Really don't want to get detected here because we are not going to last long. Zora is way tankier than we are. Let's try to take care of this regular Falmer first. They're almost gone. You okay, Zora? Is she running for the hills? Sorry, Zora. I feel like that was my fault. I should have had you wait farther away.
You win. I submit.
So, not a lot of muscle there for the hired muscle, huh? Yeah, she is running for the hills. So sorry, Zora. Oh, she's just triggering everybody now. What a disaster. That looks like a high-level Falmer there, too. Maybe it's low enough level.
You win. I submit.
Looks like they're wearing a little bit more armor, though, than a regular low-level Falmer, though. Yeah, that's a Skulker. We did a fair amount of damage to him. Okay, so the difference here between crossbows and bows. Let's talk about that. Crossbows do more damage, more base damage than their bow counterparts. So it's the increased base damage that gets me to use those for sneak attacks. If I'm trying to kill or clear an area, oh my god, so many Falmer out here. You seeing this? Is that a vigilant?
Someone do something. Anybody help.
A lot of traffic out here. Not just enemies either.
I'm getting out of here.
Okay, so we have the bodyguards.
This ends now. Yeah.
I guess we'll just use this as an armor, as an army, our own personal army. Why are you using the ward against a Falmer with a sword and a shield? Oh my god. He's moving janky as hell. So sneak shots I will use crossbows for, and then in the combat situation I use a bow because it has a quicker draw speed. You don't have to wait for the full reload animation before you fire again. Generally you're gonna draw a bow much quicker than you're going to reload a crossbow. So in combat situations I'm using the bow. In sneak shot situations, I'm using the crossbow. Zora, you okay over there? Yeah, all right. She survived. That's good. So yeah, we're going to use these guys as a traveling army as much as we can. But to make the issue a little more complicated with the crossbow versus bow conversation here, the Bow of Shadows actually does confer an invisibility effect now with the AE edition upgrade. Is this a... Yeah, that's a very deep pit that I don't want to explore just yet. So if I need some extra sneakiness, I'm using this this Bow of Shadows because it does make me invisible. Is this place nav meshed? Is that why those people aren't? Oh, they want to go down in that pit. they're not sure they want to take that leap of faith. I would use the lore legacy of the Dragonborn because the invisible effect actually works more. Yeah, the invisibility effect with the AE edition Bow of Shadows is a little it can become unreliable after a certain point. Let's see, it doesn't look like there are any more exits around here. Let's check this other corner though, just to be safe. At some point it just stops working, and it seems to be a little more inconsistent when using it with other invisibility effects and spells. With the Pure Thief, let's see, that seems like a low-level Falmer, but the Charis is not so much. Zora, turn around and engage, please. Stop following me around and start fighting. It's better for both of us. Really? There you go.
Heaven by the steel showers.
Oh, what a mess. Okay, Zora's out for the count. Oh, see? Yep, very squishy. Oh, man. This is a very dangerous spot. Okay, so Sewers of Skyrim is a great mod. A lot of the enemies are unleveled. Oh, excuse me. Gods, what has the world come to when I lose a fight to a lowly Falmer Skulker? There's nothing lowly about a Falmer Skulker. Must return to the Markarth sewers and reclaim my honor. Debuff inflicted exposed flanks. Let's see what that does.
A legend we all know.
The Silver Blood Inn has plenty of strong.
Exposed flanks. Enemies do more damage when attacking you from the sides and from behind. Okay, that's not going to happen much except when I'm running away, which might actually happen a lot with a thief. Zora, you made it out too. Good, good. 4:57 a.m. All right, let's just get some more rest until it's time to do some business in Markarth here. We'll do a hard save here too. All right, looks like I got about 30 minutes left in the stream. I am very hungry though. I'm gonna go grab a snack and I'll be right back, okay? All right, I'm back. Told you it'd be quick. All right, let's see here. If you had Foos, you could give them some more encouragement into the pit. I could. We don't have any shouts yet. I'm using Skyrim Unbound and Dragons don't unlock until level 30, I believe. Or if I do have them set to spawn earlier, it's on word walls only. Let's see. So the main quest line doesn't proc until I kill my first dragon. Yeah, level 30 for word walls and level 40 for random spawns. And they're not even in the world yet because I am only level 24. How about that? All right. Trying to think of what the next steps are here. I guess I could hit up the vendors, sell some stuff off. All right, nobody. Have a good weekend. And then we're going to have to work our way back through the sewers to get to that Falmer Skulker again. Zora, very disappointed in you. But I'll leave you as backup, a little farther out of danger this time. Hopefully that will work. And I can focus on my sneak attacks as necessary. So, should take off your flaming arrows, by the way. Yeah, the problem is they have the weakest base damage at 8 of all the arrows that I have, even the iron arrows, I think. So they default right to the flaming arrow when I switch my weapon. So if I go to my crossbow, my stuff's all jacked again here because of Shadows of Skyrim removes my hotkeys of my actual items. And then the Daedric crossbow. Did I lose my crossbow? That's no good. I did. I lost my crossbow. Interesting. Okay. So let's say I equip my fishing rod. And I have, I don't know, orcish bolts. Those bolts don't belong there. They'll fix themselves eventually. And then I switch back to my my bow. It automatically, by default, puts the fire arrows on there. I don't want to get rid of the fire arrows because they do work well against like frost trolls and undead. So I want to keep them around in case I need them. But I think one of the workarounds that I can do for this is I can actually set up an equip set. Say like the bow. We'll go ahead and group this into group 1, and then whatever arrows I want that to default to. So I could go steel arrows. Oh no, did they take all my steel arrows too? You gotta be kidding me. It's like they did. I don't have my steel arrows anymore. Those Falmer were really greedy with the stuff that they took from me. Oh, okay, no, it's showing up as because I stole some. Okay. So then the steel arrows also I can put in that group, and then instead of the hotkey opening up the bow of shadows, it'll actually open up that equip set. So if let's say I'll have silver bolts equipped, and I have my fishing rod equipped. Now instead of just hitting the hotkey for my arrow, I hotkey the equipment set. It puts everything exactly right. So I'll probably switch the hotkey to that equip set now instead of just the bow. And I'll do the same for the crossbow once I get that too. I'll equip the bolts that I want it to equip as default. That's how you fix that. I do need to do another video as well on the equip sets and how you can use them for mages and getting offhand spell assignments, and like I illustrated here, getting the arrows that you want to equip along with the bow. And this is Sky UI, by the way. This is the Sky UI equip sets. It works for keyboard, it works for mouse, it works for your controller as well. But it's a PC only thing because it requires SKSE. But yeah, those equip sets are things that are very, very useful for a lot of different character concepts. Remember that Emma takes the weapons of you if they're really good. Enemy, yes, in Shadow of Skyrim. And I think I have a small chance to lose your equipped weapons and armor on Shadow of Skyrim, which is why I really try to avoid death in this case. Trekker, General. Defeat. Chance to drop equipped gear? 100%? No, I did not mean to do that. Oh my goodness. Well, at least it didn't leave me naked. That's good. Is there anything that it did take from me? No. It did take my... Not Unbound. I want Shadow of Skyrim. This is not how I normally have this set. Nemesis take and use items. So it looks like that Falmer Skulker will be using the crossbow. I didn't even know Falmer could use crossbows. Interesting. I had it at 5% chant for each one of these in my other profiles, so a little more forgiving, a little less punishing, but we'll roll with it for now. Just makes it more of a priority to go get our stuff back as soon as possible. I feel like I can, as long as Zora's not mucking everything up for me. It's going to be a little harder to do now because I don't have all that sneak attack damage from the crossbow that I would normally have. Everything else looks good here. A little more punishing on the gold than the inventory, I think. Okay. That works for me. And the respawn worked because it respawned me in the last place that I actually slept. So I just want to double check that. With a small chance that it'll spawn you somewhere random. Yep, last bed. Random location chance 10% should be closer to 5% here. Hostile location chance will do 5% there too. Guard skim. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Guards may arrest you and take you to the nearest prison on defeat. Yeah, that sounds fine. Citizens arrest bounty. Citizens may also attempt to bring you to prison if your bounty is high enough. Set to 0 to disable. That just adds too much. Okay. There we go. I think we're good now. Perfect. All right. How much time we have? 15 minutes left in the stream. Okay. So let's see. I think we're rested up. Exposed flanks. We're good enough on food and water. Is there anything else we need before we delve back in? Zora, are you following or are you waiting? Okay, I do want her to follow, but I want her to follow... I need to leave her behind a little bit farther so that she doesn't trigger the aggression of these guys. Zora, you're invisible. That would have really come in handy. She's probably actually clipped through the wall there. Okay, let's sell some stuff off, get some gold. Ease our encumbrance just a little bit. Most of what we had to sell, I think we either left behind or we got taken from us.
Pretty much
Forsworn armor, I might actually use that once I get enchanting going a little bit more. Nothing else. You wouldn't have any bolts though, would you? No. Arrows.
Let me know if you need something forged.
Indeed. Oh, there you are, Zora. Glad to see you got your invisibility condition fixed. Okay, so I also wanted to address some of the chat here. James likes the LOTD version of the Bow of Shadows. It works a little better. I don't have Legends or Legacy of the Dragonborn installed, and it's also kind of a patching nightmare. If you install that, there's a ton of other mods you gotta patch along with it. And I already have more mods like that than I would care for. WACCF is one of them. Trying to think of other ones, but that's probably the main one. I had CACO for a while, which was a patching nightmare as well. So those mods I try to avoid, the ones that need lots of patches. I would rather be adding stuff to my game that actually adds stuff to the game. Not that Legacy of the Dragonborn doesn't, but I kind of would rather do it piecemeal than have to patch everything. So it's not that I'm opposed to the mod. It seems like a really good mod. It has a lot of really cool, unique weapons and armor that you can actually build off of. So I'm sure I would actually quite like it a lot. I'm just not ready for the commitment of all the patching that it has, and probably the havoc that it would wreak on my load order. Okay, big time arena over here. Now, see if I can find my backpack first. Back over here in the corner. Yeah, LOTD is a game within Skyrim for sure. It adds that much stuff to it. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid LOTD as much as possible. I know it's the centerpiece of a lot of other mod lists, though. It's a lot. It's too much for me. Okay, that torch over there, I should be able to easily avoid that Falmer. Torch over here is where my backpack, where a lot of dropped items should be here. Yeah, a lot of loot. Good. There's my crossbow, too. So I can actually re-hotkey that crossbow. Steel bolt, please. And now where's the nemesis? There he is. See, this one looks more lightly armored. That's just a regular Falmer. I can take him out fairly easily, I think. Let's go ahead and recharge this crossbow as well. It has a useful enchantment on it for what I'm about to do. Sneaking is much more effective against a target for 5 seconds. So, while they're trying to find me in that first 5 seconds, I have a boosted sneak rating. The Charis over there that I'm going to try to avoid as well. I want to take out this Falmer first, because he's the closest to death. A lot of Charis, though. Okay. Greater Falmer Skulker. Okay, does Shadow of Skyrim tell me what that does? Troll's Blood. More regen, I guess? Health regen? That's going to be an issue. Okay, let's see if we can isolate him. Do I have any poisons? Do have some poisons. Not a lot. Potent spider venom, sure. Potent poison. Fear poison, that might work. Level 13, though. I feel like he's going to be bigger than level 13. Frostbite venom. Okay, let's just do the hit and run thing and hope that that regen isn't... Yeah, he's already regenning. That's crazy. We're gonna need to make heavy use of these poisons. Oh, I missed. That hurts. Sneak is increasing. That's good. Enchantment is holding up. Okay, we're doing this, guys. We got this. Okay, so... Yes, okay. Debuffed, removed, exposed flanks. Did I get a buff for it? Did I get the Troll's Blood? I don't think it gave me a reward for that, did it? No, I didn't get anything. Bummer. Let's reach. Oh, this Balmer Supple. I can sell that off. Let's recheck our settings just to make sure that Shadow of Skyrim is going to reward us with something every time. Not nice, no reward. I know. I know. I kind of feel cheated. Nemesis. Exclude enemies. So any enemy that kills me is going to have it. NPC size, creature size. I like big nemesis. Nemesis buffs. Each nemesis is given a special buff. Show buffs in tracker. Player debuffs. Player reward buffs. Yeah. It just didn't give me one. It just didn't give me one. But it's set correctly. Bum deal. And he is quite a bit bigger than the other ones. Look at that. He's way bigger than Cole. Let's see. The only cool thing about it is that you can get the Amulet of Kings rebuilt after it's been destroyed from the war. Interesting. Did you get your missing gear back? I did. I got it all. I actually even used the crossbow to defeat the Falmer. The missing gear was actually in the backpack, not on the Nemesis, as I had feared. So here's my problem with things like Legacy of the Dragonborn. Same is true for Inigo. The more I see others use them and say how much you should use a mod, the less I want to. You're a mod hipster. It's the whole, you gotta try this thing, because no, I don't. That's on me. There you go. Yeah, this is what I understand. LOTD commits to a lot of modding before playing. Yeah, there's a huge barrier to entry depending on what you already have installed. Okay, I don't think there was anywhere else to go except for down. Ooh, what's this? This goes back out to Skyrim. Okay, this is promising. I didn't even see... Is there a ladder or a tower over there? I would rather not have to fight my way through Falmer that can one-shot me here, so I do want to clear this area a little bit, but I think that this first half of this chamber has been cleared out pretty well. I'm not seeing an exit over here. Maybe that's downstairs. Through that other pit, maybe. Yeah, it's either got to be above me or below me. I don't see a hole in the ceiling over here, so that's got to be below. It is a one-way jump, unfortunately. Don't fall all the way down the pit. Ooh, okay. It's a really long fall. I don't know how to not jump all the way down. It looks like okay. I'm calling Shadow of Skyrim immunity here. I'm doing a quick save. I can save scam if I need to. Plop. Okay, and we got slaughterfish all over the damn place. There's got to be a way through this somewhere. The Pit of Bizarre. Okay, I have been here before. Oh, okay. This is no good. And this also doesn't show me where that exit was. Okay, I'm gonna reload that save. Is there an exit on the way down? Like another corridor or something that I can land in? Not that I'm seeing. A lot of shadows, a lot of fog. The exit in this one's build is halfway down. Okay, so it's gonna hurt when you land, huh? I'm gonna get ambushed by Charis as I'm not paying attention here. Man, if I had like a mage light spell or something, that would be great. Maybe where that waterfall is coming out of? Don't know, never used this mod. Found it very glitchy when I last used it and gave up. Oh, I've never had any glitches or anything with it. The big thing is that I've had with it is it's unleveled. So you end up facing enemies that are much stronger than you normally would. See, there's a waterfall there, but that doesn't look like an opening. My main screen here is darker than my secondary screen, so now I'm watching my OBS window to try to find the exit for this. Well, let's see, it's probably on this side, or maybe even this side. Either north or east, I'm guessing. Lots of Falmer nest outlets here. And if I had some night vision or something, that would be ideal. But I don't. And I'm not seeing it. It is a one-way jump, unfortunately. Yeah. This one has many, many mods. Yes, indeed. Tom, do you use Lexi's list? I don't know where I got the idea, but I thought you were pretty active in that modding community. And that's a pretty hefty list. That's got a lot of stuff in it. I think that was legacy centric as well. Man, I am not seeing a hole in here. You do use Lexies, okay. All right, well, let's try to get up here on this north or eastern wall and oh, it clipped right through that root. I was trying to use that as a ledge. More Lexi plus. In fact, even Lexi has a plus. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that root betrayed me. You cannot jump on that root, unfortunately. I wonder if I can use these Falmer nest outlets as like a ledge of sorts. Kinda. Wow, it took half of my life too. Okay. Okay, we're not too far down, actually. I'm surprised it took that much health away from me. Okay. Let's go for this one down here. Man, my light is really not doing me much good right now. Yeah, that waterfall isn't doing anything to help me out here. Is there another nest I can jump onto? Not seeing anything. Silent is off work. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting ready to close the stream down soon. I'm just trying to finish this thought. There is apparently an exit hole in here somewhere that you can jump to, but I am not seeing it. Ah! Okay. So weirdly enough, that didn't trigger the area transition. Ah, that's interesting. Because I missed the portal, the invisible portal. I was too stuck on the wall. You got to be like right in the middle to get there. Interesting. Okay. I don't see a way out of that. Looking for you, not much help, except it can be bugged. It can be bugged, huh? Oh well. Pit of Berserk it is. This might be the only way to escape, unfortunately. Ooh, here's something. Love letter from the 5th era. Oh, Boone would love this. I'm not. Fuck reading all that. Jesus, look at that. Too long, didn't read. Although that might be worth something to somebody. Let's take it just in case. Now where the hell do I go? Is this a dead end? This seems like a dead end. It seems also like some kind of Dwemer capsule or something that holds something, but I can't interact with it. Hey, now somebody spent time writing all that. I will read it on my own. I just don't want to read it on stream again. Okay, and there are some damn slaughterfish down in there too. All right, this is just a dead end, it seems. All right. Now, does the invisibility from the Bow of Shadows carry over into the water? Slaughterfish don't seem to care if I'm invisible or not. That's where that Charis Hunter is. Oh, that's going to take a lot to kill. I wonder if I can just get around him. Well, the good news is, if I make it to this point, I don't have to worry as much about guards. So I won't be making a hasty getaway. I can kind of do what I have to do to get around these enemies without alerting them. Okay, so that works. Now the trick is just getting out of here, I guess. I like how he left Zora in that chamber all by herself with the Falmer again. And now watch, it's gonna make me kill like a Dwarven Centurion or something in order to get through this. I actually wouldn't be shocked. This this area is giving me big boss energy here. Maybe I can just sneak by. Maybe I can just sneak by. But just think of all the loot I'll be missing. I can always come back, I guess. Oh, yep, there's the Centurion right there. And possibly another one over here. Not seen one in the dark, though. No, that one's gone. Will help myself to this chest, though. You do. You need to find the tunnel halfway down the left hand to the left-hand mine. Ah, okay. Wonder if it would be easier to start from the left-hand mine and then make my way through. Ooh, a unique sword. Blade of Rorken. What does that do? I have found that the unique weapons in this Sewers of Skyrim mod, they're not really that unique of enchantments. Target takes 30 points of shock damage to health and magicka. Okay. So full damage to magicka, as opposed to just the half. Should be able to sneak around this guy too. Still, okay, we're not too bad. Level 70 in lockpicking. Alright, 3 picks is not bad for an expert lock. That'll get better once we get more perks in that tree. It's a nice model, though. Yeah, it's not bad. It looks cool. Ooh, that's just a regular spider. Okay, that shouldn't give me too much issue. If I can get the spider without hitting the webs in between. Yeah, alright, not a problem. That did trigger detection, though. I don't know from whom or from what. Oh, it looks like there's a spider on the other end of the webs there. Okay, daggers are silent, so we'll go with the hunting knife for this. Oh, this one goes to left-hand mine. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Of course, where is that spider? There we go. So the big challenge for this, if we do need to make a hasty escape, is that Chara's Hunter that is going to be waiting for us in that small corridor after we escape the pool of slaughterfish right below it. Okay, so that's where that came from. Whew. Okay, now we're in left-hand mind. Left-hand mine. Kind of tempted to just harvest all this iron, but we'll save that. We don't need to do that. Let's just find our way out. I don't think that I'm hostile just being here. But I'd rather not have to answer any questions for why I'm here, you know? At the exit? Obscured passage requires key. Interesting. It might be an AE thing. How do I get out of here? I'm lost. Okay, back where I came from. Right and right. Here we go. That looks like the exit. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now we know the escape route. You picked a bad time to get lost, friends. Yep. Harvesting ore and mining veggies. Yes. I'm more lost than just in the mine, I guess. All right, let's pick up this quest while we're at it. We'll just see what they are all out here complaining about.
Troll's blood. What happened to you, Pavo?
The Forsworn have taken Kolskager Mine. We're the only ones left.
Oh, gods. You two head inside and get some rest. I'll send word to the Jarl.
So those two miners come from Kolskager Mine, where the Forsworn have taken it over. All right. Good to know. No intelligence is useless, I would say, for a thief, even though we're not really too concerned with going and liberating it for them. It is good to know that wherever Kolskager Mine is, probably down over here, there's going to be an encampment of Forsworn skirmishers, most likely, so be ready for that if and when we do go that way. All right, so now we have our escape route. Not the most convenient or the best or the fastest escape route, and we do have that one Charis hunter to deal with. Hopefully we can sneak by him without having to engage him in that tight area. Oh, also we need Zora back. There she is. Yeah, I told her to meet me at the gates of Markarth in case we got split up, and we did, so there she is. It was some roleplay. Roleplay. Teleportation roleplay there. Okay, so now all that we have left to do is do the Dwemer Museum infiltration and get the rubbing for the Falmer translations. But that's going to have to wait for another time because I am about 16 minutes past my window here. So thank you all for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please do click around in the links in the description below. There's a lot of talented content creators out there that do what I do, and they do it quite good. And a lot of the familiar faces from this chat will show up there too. So if you like this crew, that's a good way to get more of them. All right. Let's see, is that tunnel is one way you cannot sneak in that way? Yes, because you have to go up in left-handed mine. That's not a way in. I think that there is another way in, but it's going to take some more exploration. The hidden hideouts of Skyrim, the cities edition that Joe was talking about earlier, that one does give you more direct hidden ways in. But I thought that there was another one in Markarth that I'm just missing. Anyway, it'll give you a good escape path, but getting back in is more of a challenge for sure, right? Leave a like to support the community. Indeed, liking does help, and comments help, chatting helps, and we've had a very chatty group today, so that all helps with the algorithm, and I do appreciate you all. You know, I love spending my midday Saturdays hanging out with you guys, playing some of my favorite game with some of my favorite people. So thank you very, very much, and I'll see you around, okay? Take care, everybody. See you next time.
Sometimes I wonder if using a one-handed weapon